up, but one other thing I want to talk to you about, because, and this is geared toward the young people, but older people too. And people do this different ways, and you don't have to tell us the way you do yours. I do want to talk about finances. Sometimes, and I want to talk about this because I'm leading somewhere with this with our next show. Sometimes women feel financially abused because if the husband makes the money or the wife makes the money and they control the money, but you're a partner in the marriage, but you have no say so. So I just wanted to, if you guys have, and like I said, you don't have to disclose how you guys do yours, but the importance of managing your money to where it's everyone feels safe and everyone feels comfortable.
Right.
Well, I think that the key thing to that is that it's not your money and my money and our money. It's the money belongs to the relationship. The household, or
right.
however you want to put it. Now, there may be certain things like you have.
If you want to go buy your new motorcycle,
Well,
and,
that's things you have to talk about.
You got to discuss.
That's things you have to talk about. Like she always wants a new machine gun, and but I mean, there are certain things that you can put. You can have your own little account for your fun money or whatever. That's how you use that kind of thing.
And I've heard it done several different ways. I've heard you got your account, I got my account, we got our joint account, or we have a joint account and you have yours and I have mine. So I've seen it done several ways. But from the people that I've talked to and interviewed, the ones that I've seen that work the best is where we have an hour account because everything's accounted for, and that helps build this trust and honesty and the communication. Because if I want to go buy a motorcycle, I have to discuss it with you. As to come to, I just got my account, I come home and I bought a motorcycle, but we got 2 other bills due, and now I gotta forcefully pay them all, and you ride your new motorcycle.
Everything that we purchase, especially big ticket items, it's a joint decision.
Right, and that's that communication.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you guys a few closing questions and we're gonna close out the show.
Sure.
And you can answer them quick or long, however you want. How do you make a marriage last, in your opinion? How do you make it last?
Don't make it short.
Don't make it short, make it a lot.
I apologize.
How do you make it last? Don't end it.
Don't end it.
I mean, I know that sounds
for the
stupid,
fight.
but
It makes sense, actually.
You have to work at it. It's
yeah,
hard.
you have to work at it. I mean, it's like
Relationships
I think
are
the
tough.
biggest problem in this country right now with marriages and with a lot of things is that everything is disposable.
Yes.
I mean, we have disposable razors and disposable pens and disposable marriages. It's just...
You get mad at somebody, okay, I'm
You
just
get
going
mad- yeah,
to
you
leave
get
them
mad.
and I'll go find somebody that treats me better.
Right.
Exactly.
And everybody just leaves, not willing to stay distance.
You
and
might
put
be
in
the
work.
problem.
Right. Sometimes you are if you
Well, like
keep
you
going through
were
it.
saying about how, when the marriage is over, they sucked. There was something about them.
It's easy to do that.
Yeah, but
and then
it
you'll
wasn't
never get it right.
necessarily-
And you'll never get it right.
There you go.
And I tell people also too, worry about things that you can fix. If it was all them, even if it was, just for instance, if it was all them, guess
can't
what?
fix that.
You can't change that.
Yeah.
But what you can do.
Somebody gave me some really good advice when I got divorced.
Oh, yeah.
They said,
Well-
I called my sister, I was having a bad day about something, and I called her about whatever the issue was, and she said, ask yourself, is it going to matter 5 years from now? If the answer is yes, fight for it. If the answer is no, just let it go.
That's great advice.
And I use that a lot. I tell people that a lot, because it is. If it's something that's worth fighting for, man, but think about it. Is it really worth the argument? Is it really worth your energy?
That's right. It makes sense. Now let's talk about blended family. You guys were a blended family. Did that just automatically just go smoothly, or was there a transition period to where I got to get used to your kids, I got to used to get in-laws and all this other that blended family blending?
I was really lucky. My stepdaughter became my daughter. I call her my daughter of my heart.
Like immediately, it just.
Her and I bonded. Whenever I would go out to visit him, we would kick him out of the living room and say, go do something else. And her and I would hang out for a couple hours and just talk.
That's important.
And her and I just bonded and never had an issue. Him moving out here went a little lumpy, especially with my oldest son. He was very protective of me, and he'd been man of the house since his dad left. And so we had some adjustments to make, but bottom line is, today our kids would do anything for us.
Awesome.
It just takes a while.
Awesome.
You can't push it.
Can't push it. Yeah, it just takes time to build that relationship and that trust.
Oh, yeah.
And
He had to see that he was going to be okay.
Yep, absolutely. And now, 18 years later, I guess everybody's okay.
Yeah.
You guys are still holding hands, and people don't realize how important just simple things like that are.
Oh, yeah.
They're more important than the big things. Next question is long distance. You guys were long distance for a while.
Yep.
I too, being in the military, I have been the victim of a long distance relationship, and I know the challenges of it. But what are some challenges you guys, because you guys overcame it?
Okay.
We did a lot of online chatting on the computer,
online, yes, and that's easy to do these days.
cell phone calls and emails.
Awesome.
He would work third shift, and so when he got home in the morning, he'd get on the computer and send me an email every day. And it was like my obsession. I could not do anything until that first email came.
Wow.
I would sit there and wait and if he didn't email me, I would call him and say, "Is everything okay? I haven't got my email yet."
All right, so good way, long distance relationships, they can work. Just make sure it goes back to that foundation we were talking about, communication.
And you got to trust that person.
And
You got to
trust.
know that
And that-
person's not doing something.
And that trust and loyalty comes after the communication, I would think, in my opinion.
Yep.
And the last thing we're going to talk about is you guys found yourself through the internet. Can you give any recommendations or any suggestions of any way else people can find love? I mean, there's all kinds of ways. You can find them at church, you can find them at work, internet, any other ways people now that are single like me can find love?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of weirdness nowadays where people seem to be sort of founded on where you're not supposed to find love. Like, okay, you know, there's a big thing about not having work relationships. Well, you spend half your life at work.
Right.
I mean, who else do you meet but people at work?
And you talk a lot.
Especially people that are divorced, that are single parents, and like I can't just be out there because I am a single parent. So it's like I spend most of my day at work.
Yeah, you're mostly at work, and then you're home with your kids. Where are you going to meet somebody? I mean, I understand that you don't want a work relationship to get in the way of your
dating the boss,
dating the boss or whatever,
Yeah, so you have to be careful when dating at work,
right?
Because
or
that can cause
like
a
that.
problem.
Yeah, because if you break up and you still work together, so it's like, and now you got
we were locked in a room together.
God.
Well, like I said,
Yeah, you're like locked in a room, like
We were the
security
boss.
codes to get in. So if you had to sit in there with that person all day,
and like I said, it's why I understand what the problem is with dating at work. But I mean, any place you're going to meet somebody and date, what is the chance that you're going to meet somebody at a place you're never going to see them there again?
Right.
So, I mean, if you meet somebody through church, are you going to switch churches if you break up with them? Are you, if you...
And this is the opposite of that. Some people, because they're in the church, just stay together and they're miserable at home. And I found this out. One of my friends was married to a minister, and I didn't realize after she and I had a very... She was like, she was miserable. She hated it. She just stayed together because he was a minister. I was like, God, I can't do that.
Yeah. Quality of life.
Yeah,
Life's too short.
don't ever stay with somebody just for appearance. That's painful.
All I can say is, when the time is right, you're going to meet the person that you're supposed to be with. The chances of us hooking up
what were the odds that we would find each other?
Because neither one of us were looking for romance. Trust me, I was not looking for
Maybe
somebody.
I'm going to stop looking and I'm going to find her.
You're right. She's going to end up in your lap.
I don't know how to recommend don't look.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems kind of silly. But
I ain't going to say don't look because I do date. But I was like, I ain't really like ready to put a ring on my finger.
We were in chat rooms, and when you first get online, way back then, chat rooms seemed kind of fun.
Because I guarantee you, younger people, when you say chat rooms, they either one, don't know what they are, or two, they know what they are but never use them.
Right, not too antiquated. We're old.
But back then, we both got it was sort of like parallel universes. We both got tired of, talking with 14-year-olds and stuff, and we both went looking for age-specific chat rooms.
Yes.
The only ones there were the romance chat rooms. Oh, so that's how we both ended up in AOL Romance Chat Room number 7.
AOL.
That's a test.
AOL Chat Room number 7.
That's like
I'm gonna sign up for that tonight.
Well, that's like forgetting your anniversary if I ever forget that, ladies. Let me tell you.
Okay, and one last thing we want to talk about is just any relationship tips that you guys want to leave the audience with. Just a tip, quick tip that, hey, I do this often. Terry don't even know I do it, but now she does and it works. Or even she knows that you do it.
He does so much for me. He treats me like a princess every day. As you know, at work, I used to talk highly of him because he did
and
above and beyond.
I got to tell you guys this. When she told me his name, I thought she was playing.
Well, that's right.
I didn't believe him when he told me his name.
In a lot of chat rooms and stuff, I can't even type my name in because it comes up as hate speech.
Gotcha.
That's why he has a weird sense of humor.
So his name is Dyke. So Dyke Morrison. That's his real name. And
I asked to see his license when I met him.
People laugh at my name, but I think Dyke got me beat. So we're gonna wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for sharing your beautiful love story and giving out these tips and information. Like I said, the intent of the show is to just provoke thought in people that may be deciding to get married or looking for love. And I think you've guys done that. I truly, truly appreciate it. You guys have a beautiful story, and thanks for sharing it. And any information that we discussed in there, we will put the notes and some of your story on the YouTube channel. So thank you guys. Would you like to have any closing remarks?
Stay out of my chat room.
Chat room number 7. Let's give it up for Dyke and Terry.